Levels of caffeine addiction. A Ninja video. I'm not subbed to him. I do like Ninja.
I love tweaking off caffeine every single day of my life. I swear to God almighty, I would sacrifice a family for a green prime energy. I'm for real like a 12-year-old. I like to pour them into Baja Blast freezes from Taco Bell and they make a heavenly mixture. But getting to my level of caffeine addiction isn't as pretty as Baja Blasts and primes. There's a very long and dark process of heartbreak and isolation that needs to take place inside of you. Anyone who's been
I feel like caffeine addiction today is drinking like 400 milligram energy drinks. If you drink coffee, you're not addicted to caffeine because coffee actually doesn't have that much. Like a Reign energy drink has the same amount of caffeine as like 5 or 6 cups of coffee. Like if you're slugging down like a pre-workout with like 300 milligrams, like that's like a lot. Like when anybody remember when I shotgunned 2 G Fuels on stream and had to end stream? Because I remember I was shaking. Because I had like 600 milligrams of caffeine. You were supposed to have like fucking a max of like fucking 4 in a day.
Through the caffeine addiction ringer would know this truth. But like all addiction,
me drinking a 300 milligram G Fuel right now, I'm not addicted. No, you definitely are. No, I'm not. I mean, dude, having a caffeine addiction isn't like the worst, but being reliant on caffeine can be pretty when you don't have access to it. But most people drink caffeine. Most people don't even see it as a drug, but it is. Caffeine is a drug. It's just not something that's going to like hinder your capability to do activities.
It starts in baby steps. Probably. I don't really know. I'm not a psychologist, but you know. Level 1.
Do you take pre-workout? No, I think it's entirely unneeded. That's a genuine take that I've always stood by. I've never changed that take. I worked at a GNC. I could see use of caffeine. Like I use caffeine a lot, but like to need to take caffeine to work out is just so fucking stupid. Like it honestly doesn't help you. It can help in like long-term cardio, but like trying to say that like chugging, dry scooping, what's like a pre-workout that y'all take or y'all know of? Also, I might add that if you're like 14, stop taking like fucking 600 milligrams of caffeine, dude. You don't need that. Like, even if you're, even if you're my age, even if you're 20, dude, the motherfuckers that need caffeine like that are old. Like, not Ghost. Yeah, like C4, Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde. That's like the most badass fucking pre-workouts that I used to sell at GNC. I don't even remember how much Hyde had. Hyde pre-workout caffeine amount. 1 scoop of Hyde had 196 milligrams of caffeine. And people would like 2 or 3 scoop it. Some have 250 milligrams. See, like, that's crazy. And, like, motherfuckers just chugging that shit down. Dude, I had people that would come in and buy that every day when I would work there. They'd be like, what's the craziest shit you have? I'd be selling them some fucking weird-ass... It was just a medical name. We had that in the back at GNC. Just the compound name. That's how the people that were crazy with working out were the ones that would take that shit. Nothing brand named. It was literally just like the name of the chemical was what they would buy. And those same people would buy a shitload of caffeine. But that's like, it's just unneeded. And it's not really helping you lift more. It might. But you're also like hyped up on caffeine, working out. Your heart rate's up because of the caffeine. Your heart rate's up because you're working out. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if motherfuckers have heart attacks. At the gym that fucking just chug caffeine and lift.
You're only drinking like 30 to 40 milligrams.
But I'll still drink fucking Prime Energy. I'll still drink G Fuel, but like I don't do it before I work out.
In tea or soda that you probably don't even know is in them shids. Most people in this phase are white moms that do yoga or 11-year-olds that would sacrifice their arms for an extra can of Mountain Dew so they can stay up just a little bit later at the boys' sleepover.
Dude, when you were at the boys' sleepover when you were like fucking 10, your boy brings out a bottle of fucking mug root beer. You're like fucking shitting yourself. You're about to freak the fuck out. They got so like every soda you could think of. Dude, that was like crack when you were 10. Just like a Coca-Cola.
Level 2 is around 90 milligrams of caffeine, which is about
90 milligrams a day. That's just like an average coffee. That was like the coffee I just drank.
cup of coffee. At this point, you're popping a whole Joe, as we say in Philadelphia, and they make you feel like an unstoppable machine. This is the healthy level where you really only drink coffee if you're tired and need a little extra boost to get through your terrible...
Am I wrong, though, that when I drink caffeine, sometimes it makes me more tired? Like, I've had days where, like, I'll chug a fucking energy drink, and then I'm more tired. It's, like, weird. Like, it'll boost you momentarily, and then it's like that caffeine crash just kills you.
Day. This is also the amount of caffeine that's in a scoop of gamer subs with code Ninja. I want to make money because, as they say, you can never have more money. Level 3 is around 90 milligrams of caffeine again, except it's every single day. Once you get to the point of drinking coffee daily, you have a little bit of a dependency developing. Now it's really starting to look like the early stages of an addiction, which is pretty awesome. But what's more awesome is that you
pretty awesome.
At least feel the coffee. You haven't gotten so far down the addiction that the effects start to wear off on you, but you're on your way there. Level 4 is when things start to get a little dark. This is when you get around 180 milligrams of caffeine. That's about 2 cups of coffee, or maybe you're starting to dabble into energy.
Monster Energy. Dude, that's the death drink. Is like, you ever peep how much sugar's in a fucking Monster? I was going to buy one the other day, and then I look at it. It's like 58 milligrams of sugar and like 300 milligrams of fucking caffeine. Dude, obviously, some kid said, I love Monster. Yeah, obviously you love Monster. It's like fucking crack. It's like crack. You drink a Monster, everything in a Monster is telling your brain to drink more of it.
Or Rain Energy.
Dude, the Snow Cone G Fuel, though. Oh, the Snow Cone G Fuel. Oh.
But rather the more reserved drinks like Prime and Celsius. If you don't drink this much caffeine, it probably sounds like an ungodly amount that no one would ever possibly need. But to help you understand what brings a man to this point, let me run you through a scenario. Let's say you meet a girl at school and she seems really nice. You start texting her and get to know her more on a personal level. Then it progresses to the point where you guys are hanging out outside of school and eventually you start dating. You've been with her for a solid, let's say, 3 to 4 months. This is the happiest you have ever been in your entire life and everything feels great. Then one day you get a Snapchat from her, which isn't unusual. So you go to open it and you see a guy you don't recognize. A guy way bigger than you and way more jacked than you, giving POV backshots to the girl you loved more than anything. This sends you down a dark psychological path, thinking that the bigger and stronger you are, the more girls you'll get. So you start going to the gym 6 times a week and abuse caffeine on a daily basis to push yourself through the gnawing numbness that you feel deep in the core of your being. This is when the caffeine addiction really starts. Level 5 is 200 plus milligrams a day. It starts to become way too much effort to make the multiple cups of coffee that it requires for you
But also, coffee tastes like fucking shit unless you put stuff in it. Like, if you drink straight black coffee, you're a fucking psychopath. Just, like, straight coffee, no additives. You're just, like, just a cup of Joe. Just fucking, just straight, like, it's so bitter. It's disgusting. Like, your parents probably do that. Most people's parents, like, that, you have to, that's, like, that, nobody starts out like that. That's, like, 20 years into drinking caffeine. That like or drinking things with caffeine that you just start drinking coffees.
Function
like
daily.
Just straight up.
That's why you've turned to drinking energy drinks every single day. You start to get real familiar with energy drinks and maybe even pick a favorite. Maybe you're a femboy and you enjoy a good white Monster.
What the fuck? What's wrong? Is that an insult or is he just saying that in general?
Maybe you eat scrap wood and you enjoy Rain. Either way.
Yo, the Rain is the reason I got in a car crash, though. Straight up. Because I spilled it, and I was like, fuck, I gotta bend over and grab it. Light off the brake, hit their car, minus $1,700, rep.
Hey, you love it, but that doesn't
I'm gonna still go buy one fucking when I have class, though.
last long, because this is probably the last level that you'll actually still feel energized from the effects of caffeine. Level 6, at some point your body gets used to all the primes and double coffees, so you need to upgrade to the limit. And according to the FDA, the limit is 300 milligrams of caffeine. This is the
That's the limit. Dude, they put more in, like, yo, doesn't some G Fuels have, is it 240? I know some G Fuels had 140 and then some had 3. I think Rain has 3.
point of no return. This is also when powders start to come in, mainly pre-workout. You're probably risking heart failure in the next few years, but what's heart failure in the face of a Naruto Sage Mode game?
Dude, I would fucking chug those when I would play Fortnite back when I was partnered with Chief, dude. The Sage Mode Naruto cans.
Gamer fuel with a nasty pump in the gym. You can literally not function as a human being without caffeine, and getting off of it now would make you hollow for at least 2 weeks. You can't go back anymore, so the only place to go now is level 7. You're completely locked into 300 milligrams on a daily basis at this point, and your brain is
there's way more people that there's people that do more than 300 milligrams a day. I guarantee you there's people that probably drink 3 fucking full cans of G Fuel every day. Every day.
Fried, you don't even feel
or do pre-workout. They drink coffee, they'll drink a prime, they'll drink soda every day. I feel like that's half of my chatters. Half of my chatters probably chug like fucking 4 G Fuels a day.
Energized anymore. Your months and years of caffeine abuse have left you completely and utterly numb to it all. You drink pre-workout every single morning of your life just to feel normal, and you start to question what the point of it all was. If taking all this caffeine just makes you feel normal, then why would you even take it in the first place? Well, that doesn't really matter anymore because you can't go back to not drinking it, so those thoughts are pointless.
Well, because they have to drink the caffeine. It's the same thing with any other drug. That's why, like, drug abuse is so prevalent in, like, many people that do, like, more hardcore drugs, because your body gets more and more used to it, and so you have to keep doing that drug to even feel normal, right? Like, if this is your baseline, a drug like caffeine might boost it, but if you keep doing it, it changes, right? And so without it, you're going to be below your normal baseline, but with it, you're only going to feel normal rather than a boost. And so then people just do more and more of whatever drug it is, and then that's how people, like, OD on shit.
Going past 300 milligrams either feels like nothing or completely terrible. All that lifting and caffeine abuse you've been doing to get over your
nicotine is a big, that's nicotine. That's a big thing.
Girlfriend cheating on you wasn't to make yourself look awesome. The reality was that you're just running from yourself, using empty feelings to fill the void and run further and further from your own misery. Anyways,
or you just do snuffs. Yeah, if you're starting to fucking pack a goddamn lip with enough fucking nicotine to kill a horse, yeah, I don't think you're ever gonna reach a normal baseline.
Is really awesome and feels cool sometimes. Ninja Gamer subs, buy them now, subscribe, bye.
All right. Next video.